and being up against the entirety of our archers. And I mean, you can see already all of the arrows just going streaming over there. Hello Reformers, and welcome back to Pendor. Now, when we left off, we actually made a huge amount of progress. We did a Noldor tournament and received something amazing from it, and we also retrieved a couple of Noldor hunters from a battle that we did, and a number of other things. We spoke to Phineas finally, and you know, chugged a couple of wonderful potions, and otherwise we are now here at a rather nondescript village by the name of Aveberg, and we are going to be attacking some bandits here, because I was actually in the Tavern of Marlians just now, and, well, there was a farmer there, and he asked for my help, and I couldn't say no. I mean, I am technically a mercenary, I'm a hired blade, and what good is it if I just look out for number one? So we're gonna try and help out a couple of these villagers here, and maybe they'll repay us by giving us some honor, because obviously the honor is very, very important for what we're going to attempt to do as time goes on. Anyway, yeah, I actually have a bow now as well, by the way, so if you did miss the previous episode, highly recommend checking that out, because it is, in my opinion, the greatest progress that we made in a while, so yeah, it's kind of nice. Anyway, let's see if I can get a couple of kills with my bow. Oh yes, nice headshot right there. It's kind of it's kind of unusual for me to actually even do massive damage with a bow nowadays, because the only other time that I'm actually using a bow is in the native series that is currently ongoing on the channel, and, well, suffice it to say, it's not exactly the greatest ever, because we have a not so great bow and our power draw skill is not exactly amazing. So obviously in Pendor, where everything is cranked up to 11, so to speak, you are going to get insane amounts of damage. A Larian Sentinel was eliminated by this guy? Are you serious? Oh dear. That's not very good. Speaking of the Larian Sentinels, we're going to try in this episode perhaps to do one more, or shall we say a couple more, of the Clarion Call tasks, try to raise our rank in the organization and see where we get there. But otherwise, what I'm doing right now is I'm literally just waiting for the time when my mercenary contract is going to expire, and then we will be renouncing our mercenary oath, basically, and then we will be going over to King Ulrich, is his name? Ulfric? Oh, no, I can't remember his name now for some reason, but yes. Anyway, we're going to be going over to the liege of the Kingdom of Sarlian and becoming a vassal, and then marrying Lady Sonadel if we can, and yeah, all that wonderful stuff. So I'm just going to try and do that if we can. If we can make that happen, then that's absolutely fantastic. Let's get another point in engineer with Anson right here. Anson's basically going to be our amazing intelligence person overall. So Jocelyn actually does have 6 in engineering already, so if we did want to begin sieges immediately, then obviously he's going to be our go-to engineer. But as it stands right now, I don't really see the need to do any kind of sieging at the moment, so we can just leave it as it is, and I'm actually thinking maybe we should attack Lord Burgundus. Let's see what he has here. He actually has 3 Knights of the Dragon, 5 Highlanders, 11 Knights, and a couple of mounted rangers. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this and see what happens. Maybe we'll get an opportunity to let him go, and then we'll gain even more honor as a result of that. That sounds like a good idea to me, so let's do it. Alright, so we are outnumbered, obviously. We have 90, they have 133. This is probably going to be a little bit bad. Yeah, this is kind of bad, actually, because they have the drop on us right here. I don't think we're going to be able to get to this hill. If we can get up the hill, then this is absolutely fantastic, but I doubt that we'll be able to do it before they arrive. So maybe what I need to do is a little bit of a distraction, perhaps. Okay, come on, guys. Hey, hello. I'm right here. Do you wanna maybe attack me? Oh no, I have a bad feeling. I envisage myself getting absolutely murdered by their mounted archers. Yes, that sounds just like me, doesn't it? Yeah, it certainly does. Anyway, yeah, they actually have only charged in their cavalry right here, so I guess gives us a good opportunity to just eliminate them immediately, and we don't have to worry about the infantry or their archers. Bear in mind that Ravenstern are very, very good when it comes to their archery. So them charging in like this is really not giving them the greatest advantage ever. And I mean, you can see here, look at all their infantry. All their infantry is all the way back here. Not doing much. Not doing much at all, really. And look at these Ravenstern Rangers. All these Ravenstern Rangers absolutely useless down this hill here. With the exception of doing massive damage to me, of course. But it's not really a win in my book, is it? No, not really. Anyway, let's move our archers a little bit forward here. Do a little bit of damage to that Ravenstern Highlander, of course. And where are my infantry, by the way? I don't think I have that many infantry on the battlefield at the moment. No, I only have 11, so yeah, they're not going to be extremely effective. Let's get our cavalry to come back here as well, because our archers are obviously going to be coming into effective range, and they are going to be the ones that will win us this battle, because we have 52 of them, actually. That's pretty crazy. So Jocelyn has leveled up, very nice indeed. I actually don't want to lose too many units here, but bear in mind that Lord Burgundus does have a couple of units in his prisoner's hold, so technically we'll be able to reimburse ourselves decently enough. It won't be that good, but it will be okay. And basically I just don't want to lose any Noldor. That's literally my main concern right now. I really do not want to lose any Noldor. If I do lose some Noldor, then that's just how it has to be, but I'd much rather not, obviously. I'd like to try and get to a point where we are in a position of basically having a critical mass of Noldor. So I'm talking about, like, I don't know, 40 or maybe even 50 Noldor units, and hopefully from there we'll be able to tackle most, if not all, vassals that we come across. And obviously we will then have a much easier time dealing with unique spawns as well, because once you get to a critical mass of a certain type of unit where you're more easily able to eliminate enemies without losing people, then you're going to get even more and more and more, and you're just going to snowball until you are so powerful that you can tackle a unique spawn by yourself. And that's eventually what we're going to try and do, of course, because tackling a unique spawn by yourself is fantastic. You know, to be able to do that would be amazing, because we'd gain a huge amount of renown for it. We would hopefully get a Qualis gem, another one, and yeah, it's hopefully going to work out quite nicely for us. I think I'm going to die soon, maybe. I think I'm going to die soon here, maybe, but it doesn't really matter. We've won this quite handedly, so not really anything to worry about there. There we go. Yes. Fantastic. Okay, so there's only 6 left. 5 left now. And, yeah, I think... Yeah, we only lost 6. We did lose 6, which is... Well, obviously not great. I mean, I'd like to lose 0. I mean, obviously, everyone doesn't want to lose anyone in these kinds of battles, because it's just a vassal. It's just a random vassal that doesn't really... You know, doesn't really do much. He's not really that important. And now he's going to hunt us down and chase us across the entirety of Pendor, and he's gonna say, "What? You said I wasn't important." Yeah. Well, we're gonna not say that, but he's kind of not, is he? Well, it really depends. He's not really defending anything, but he is attacking us. So I suppose it would make more sense for us to just eliminate him from contention here. I'm actually really surprised. What's going on with that last guy? Is that him over there? That seems to be him over there. I think that is a mounted archer. It looks like a mounted archer to me. So I'm going to try and eliminate... well, my archers are probably going to kill him before I do. He doesn't have a shield and he's surviving this long against Noldor? That's very strange. It must be that the Noldor are out of ammunition. Is that true? Yeah... I think for the most part. Is he out of ammo? No, he's not. He's not out of ammo. That's weird. Oh, well, never mind. 20 renown is our reward for that. We only lost a couple of minor units for the most part, I think. So, that's not really a big deal. We did kill 14, however, which is pretty nice. And, yes, this is exactly what we wanted to have happen. The opportunity to take him prisoner and to let him go. There we go. So we gained some honor from that. He obviously does not like us for letting him go because we are basically humiliating him, of course. Now, as you can see, I did wait around at a couple of towns and try to get some additional food here, because obviously we were running very, very low on food, and I now have a little bit more of an idea of what's actually in my inventory now, so it's a little bit easier to figure out just exactly what is loot and what isn't. And of course, we do have this other Noldor book, which we can read for an additional, I think, 10 relation. And as far as I'm aware, I think someone actually did mention in the comments that you can get something special at 75 Noldor relation, I think, which is just utter insanity. I don't know how we're going to be able to get that. I actually thought that we were doing pretty reasonably getting, what was it now? I think we have 41? Or 50? I think we have 50 or something like that. So it's actually not even that bad. I think we should be able to do it. There's only, well, it's 25 relation to go, which is quite a bit, I guess. Anyway, I'd like to be able to just recruit all of these guys with the shortcut, but as I say, it could potentially cause a crash, so I don't really want to do that at the moment. It has happened that one time, and I didn't really want to do it again, because then I'd lose all this progress, of course. Anyway, let's take these guys prisoner as well. There we go. And then we can... Oh, hello. Yes, Sir Jocelyn and Sir Alistair do not like each other at all. And, yeah, apparently Sir Alistair was sent to kill Sir Jocelyn. Amusingly enough. Right, okay, so let's have a look here. Who do I want to side with here? I think Sir Alistair is actually a little bit better than Sir Jocelyn, or the other way around. They're basically the same unit, so it doesn't really matter either way. I guess I'll just side with Sir Jocelyn here. I'm basically just toing and froing back and forth. And, oh yes, by the way, another companion by the name of Sir Rain has left the party because, well, he was just unhappy with the general state of affairs and companions and all that sort of thing. Anyway, I'm going to actually make Sir Jocelyn into a vassal when we create our own faction. We're going to also make Sir Alistair into a vassal as well. So we're going to start leveling up their leadership just a little bit, and we'll see where that gets us. Let's level up Donovan's iron flesh a little bit more, and maybe we want to do something else. But what? Doesn't seem like there's anything here, really, that is going to give us a great benefit. I'll just keep it. I'll just keep that particular point, because there's two more levels until 24 intelligence. Oh, I don't exactly know. Oh well, never mind. Let's just leave him the way he is. And we do have a couple of other people here to level up as well, so let's do that. Do those monks level up into anything? Yeah, they level up into clerics. Okay, that's going to be good. Another Noldor Ranger. We've got 7 Noldor Rangers right now. Oh yes, and there was a very, very useful comment left by one of you where I think you can speak to Lethal Durin, or you can speak to, I think, all of your companions at some point, and you can actually ask them to acquire some units. Obviously, I've just done it, and he actually gave me, I think it was Pendor Heavy Bowman? Yeah, there you go, Pendor Heavy Bowman. He gave me 4 of these. I only have 3 at the moment, probably because one of them died, but he gave me 4 of those for 480 dinars. Pretty cheap, right? Yeah, pretty cheap for such a good unit, and I'm hopeful that I'll be able to ask again and see what we're able to get from him, you know? I think that's going to be pretty good. Anyway, let's see just exactly what I need to sell here. I guess I'll just sell... Ooh, that is actually a very, very nice crossbow. That's a very, very nice crossbow. So I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to sell everything else but that, and then we are going to give this to Anson. Let's do that. I was originally going to give him the balanced crossbow, but you can't use that on a mount, so I'm not entirely sure about that. But anyway, let's give him the maiden crossbow. The non-bent version of this is actually the best crossbow that you can use on a mount, believe it or not. But you can obviously see exactly the reason why. I mean, 51 damage, 89 accuracy isn't the greatest accuracy, but 62 speed rating, pretty nice. And the fine heavy crossbow is still only 1 additional accuracy. But obviously the speed is much, much slower. And let's do that. There we go. Okay. And we're going to need to spec him into some shield, or maybe even just buy him a shield or something like that. But yeah, he's going to be really, really good now. Unfortunately, I don't exactly know whether I should take him off his horse and just have him shoot like a normal person. Maybe we should just have him shoot like a normal person, because if we don't, he's just going to run around randomly and probably get himself killed in the process. So I'm going to re-tag him as well. Actually, Donovan? No. Not Donovan, thank you very much. There's Anson, there we go. Let's re-tag him as archers. And just gotta make sure that everyone else is kind of re-tagged in exactly the same way. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Okay, so we have a couple more people. What? They leveled up already from our trainer skill? That is so fast. That is really, really fast. Okay, so let's get the rest. There we go. Okay. So there is actually a tournament going on here, and I guess I'm going to do it, but I'm only going to show the first round and maybe the last round, dependent on if I'm actually able to succeed here. Bear in mind, I am entering at a pretty low HP level, but I didn't really want the tournament to end, so that's the reason why I went in here. But anyway, let's see what we can do. Come on, let's wade in there. It seems like No, my guy hasn't died yet, but maybe soon. We'll see. What? I thought I would have hit that. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so I guess my goal at the moment is literally just to take everyone off their mount, because I'm doing such little damage otherwise. Really? Really? Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised that we haven't eliminated anyone just yet, and I'm hitting them for decent damage, you know? It's not like 2. Oh well, never mind. I suppose I can just... Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's a Maiden Adventurer. Okay, well that obviously makes sense, because Maiden Adventurers, I don't know whether you know, but they're very, very good units. And there's a Jatu Outcast Rider. Huh, oh well. I guess that's okay. Alright, 2 teams with 4 fighters each. And we'll see how this goes, and then I'll cut away and see if we can achieve victory. I'm using a two-handed. This is... okay so far, actually. I was hopeful that I'd be able to get him, but unfortunately my... Oh, 2 mercenary cavalrymen were fighting there. Okay, well that's interesting. Let's take out the Maiden Ranger. Oh, I was going for a thrust there. That's certainly not something that I'd like to do. Or not at this time, at least. Okay, that's dead. And, yeah, there we go. Oof, that was close. Alright, well, wish me luck. Yeah, that did not work out. No, that did not work out at all. Dranton was an absolute beast. He literally had his entire team wipe mine off the face of the earth, basically, and that was, well, that was very quick. Very, very quick indeed. Okay, well, never mind. I guess we have other things that we need to do, and that is, of course, go over to Laria and maybe get an additional quest here. Hello there. Okay, so I'm going to be helping the Noldor in this battle. This is actually one of the cool things about open world games in general, just coming across random things that you wouldn't have otherwise expected, because I never would have expected to see some Empire vassals in this area fighting some Noldor, so it's pretty good. I would have expected it maybe a little bit closer to their territory, so this is very nice for us. Okay, so let's move in to help the Noldor. Generally, what I would do here, if the Noldor were maybe a little bit more numerous, maybe if they had about 50, maybe even 60 units in their party, I'd probably help the Empire and just auto-resolve a little bit, try to capture as many Noldor as possible so that I could release them for relation. But they only have 26, and I think we might not get that many captured. So we're going to move in to help the Noldor in this case. 127 versus 147. Let's see how we do. We are going to get a pretty decent amount of renown as well for this, so I don't really have any regrets in doing this particular action. Let's actually see. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do something like this instead. I feel like usually people in general, if you're going to be, you know, fighting in Warband or in Mount and Blade in general, you're not really going to move backwards. It's very rare that you see anyone move backwards unless, you know, unless they have a hill like this, and that's exactly my point. You know, if you're going to move back and actually just take stock of what you've got in front of you right here, then it makes much more sense for your forces to move back and get on a hill such as this, because it's just going to give you such an overwhelming advantage when it comes to your archers. And yeah, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I don't usually, not ever really, go backwards. And yeah, usually I'll just go forward and try to race the enemy to the nearby hill or something like that. And it doesn't really go well. You know, it doesn't really go well most of the time, because the enemy usually has some cavalry or something, and my cavalry are maybe not there just yet. And it's really going to spell death and destruction for the opponent. Them sending their cavalry in like this and being up against the entirety of our archers. And I mean, you can see already all of the arrows just going streaming over there. And most of the Empire units, by the looks of things, Empire Gladiators, for example, they don't have shields as far as I'm aware. Empire Immortals also do not have shields. You can see that. They're just getting absolutely headshot all over the place. And we're going to tell our infantry to just come back here, actually. Just going to tell them to come back here. Going to take my cavalry, and we're going to go all the way around. I'm pretty sure my archers and infantry will be able to deal with whatever is assaulting them at the moment, and I'm going to take my cavalry and try and kill the Empire Armored Crossbowmen, because let's face it, they are very, very good units. I've used multitudes of these guys, and they are very, very nice. I'm going to die here, I think, probably, in a second, maybe. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that's interesting, but yes, anyway, the Empire Armored Crossbowmen, they are very effective for normal units. They're just really very good, and there you go. They're accurate, you know, they're accurate. They do exactly what it says on the tin. They're armored, and they're crossbowmen, you know, what more can you ask for? And they're actually pretty decent in melee as well, and you wouldn't expect that, you know, if they were actually, I don't know, if they were like Ravenstern, for example. At Ravenstern, obviously they have the greatest archers. You know, if you obviously just look at the original factions of Pendor, then obviously Ravenstern, they have the best archers, followed by the Deshar, you know, regular archers I'm talking about here. And then, obviously, you do have the, you know, the added benefit of having those Empire Armored Crossbowmen, because the Ravenstern archers, they're going to die very quickly. They don't have a lot of armor. And while they do come with two-handed swords, which are actually very capable of defending the walls in a siege defense, which you could say that the Empire Armored Crossbowmen do not have, even though they do have shields. So it's really a toss-up between the two. Obviously, I've said multiple times in other series, as maybe well as this, that crossbowmen in general are going to be, in my opinion, just a little bit better when it comes to siege defenses and things where you're going to be running out of ammunition. Obviously, in those sieges where you don't run out of ammunition, obviously the regular archers are going to be much, much better. But in general, crossbowmen just seem to be a little bit more balanced in that respect. But there you go. So Alistair actually beat me in terms of kills, which is very impressive. And there you go. We actually gained another 4 relation with the Noldor right there. And we're going to be letting these guys go, I guess, for some additional honor. And there we go. Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay, so large... Oh, wow. Actually, not large. For some reason, I thought it said large siege bolts. No, but they're just bent siege bolts. So we're going to be taking a couple of those. And I'm going to be giving that to Anson, I think. Sounds pretty good to me. Oh, they actually have a decent amount of units here. I'm going to be taking the Snake Colt and the... I can't take any more, unfortunately. I was hopeful that I might be able to take the Heretic Worshippers. Maybe I should actually do that. Yeah, I'm actually going to take the 2 Heretic Worshippers because they are reasonably good cavalry and they level up into the Heretic Magnus unit, which is just fantastic. So we're going to be going with that. And the Snake Court followers, they level up into Armsmen, which are not bad. Cobra Warriors, which are also okay. You know, they're not fantastic. And if I had to fight any unique army right now, I'd much rather fight the Snake Court than fighting the heretics, because the heretics generally have better units for the most part. So yeah, we're gonna probably look into attacking one of the Snake Cult relatively soon. Anyway, were he of Singalian blood, I would welcome Sir Rain into my clan. His honor matches our own, and he fights most fiercely. Adiz, has anyone told you that Sir Rain's actually left the party now? Yes. Oh, apparently he wants him to marry one of his sisters. Oh, well, there you go. Adiz likes Sir Rain. It's good that someone has your back. Unfortunately, he abandoned us, Adiz. So, yeah, apparently that's well, it's kind of heartfelt, I suppose. It's kind of nice to see that he actually likes one of our companions, but that wasn't enough for Sir Rain, as he's gone. He has gone, so, yeah, well, maybe we'll find him at a later point, and we'll see. You know, we'll see what happens then, but, yes, there's a drunk. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm going to... yeah, I'm just going to murder him. There you go. Better him than me. I got a Morning Star. And, yeah, okay, so I'm going to actually talk to this ransom broker, just sell that. And I think we're pretty good, actually. I think we're pretty good. So, yes, I think that will be it for this episode. Next time, we're going to be doing a couple of Clarion Call tasks. And hopefully, once my mercenary contract runs out, we'll also be able to become a vassal, finally. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.